February 28, 2026. In a single night, the balance of power in the Middle East shattered. Explosions lit up the skies over Iran. And within hours, the world stood on the edge of war. For years, tensions had been building. After the crisis of 2023, Iran and Israel entered a dangerous cycle of retaliation. Missiles were exchanged in 2024, and by 2025, a conflict had already escalated into open strikes. Inside Iran, unrest was growing. In January 2026, mass protests erupted, the largest in decades. Thousands were killed as the government cracked down. At the same time, the United States began its largest military buildup in the region in years. Warships moved into position. Aircraft filled the skies. Diplomacy continued, but time was running out. Then, without warning, it happened. On February 28, the United States and Israel launched a coordinated air assault across Iran. Dozens of targets were hit at once: military bases, government compounds, strategic infrastructure. But one strike changed everything. Iran's supreme leader was killed. In hours, the leadership structure of the nation was shattered. Cities burned. Civilians were caught in the chaos. Hospitals, schools, and cultural sites were damaged. Iran responded immediately. Hundreds of drones filled the sky. Ballistic missiles were launched across borders. Israel became the first target. Then the war spread. U.S. military bases across the Middle East came under attack. Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Jordan, Turkey, the UAE. This was no longer a regional conflict. It was expanding fast. Then came the turning point. The Strait of Hormuz was shut down. One of the world's most critical oil routes suddenly blocked. Oil prices surged. Air travel halted. Global markets trembled. At the same time, new fronts opened. Hezbollah intensified attacks from Lebanon. Missiles struck far beyond the main battlefield. No place felt safe. Across the region, civilians fled. Families ran from cities under fire. Air raid sirens became constant. Entire neighborhoods were reduced to rubble. For millions, survival became the only priority. The world scrambled to respond. The United Nations called for de-escalation. Some nations condemned the strikes, others condemned the retaliation. But the damage was already done. Explanations for the war remained unclear. Preventing nuclear weapons, stopping an imminent threat, reshaping the region. Iran denied preparing any attack. International agencies found no clear evidence of an active nuclear weapons program. The truth remained uncertain. What began as a single night of airstrikes became one of the most dangerous global crises in modern history. A conflict built on years of tension, mistrust, and power. A reminder of how quickly the world can change. Because sometimes, war doesn't begin with a warning. It begins with a decision. And the consequences are felt everywhere.